So, hi everybody. I don't need to reintroduce my name again because this is just a simple video, it's not like before, and you can already see the title of this or the title of the channel name that I have in there as you click on this video. So, I just recently finished my workout, and I recently watched this video earlier, which takes on a similar style to what I wanted to do in my videos nowadays, which is just Minecraft videos overlaying the storytelling, something like that. It's kind of much bringing back the old YouTube, which I really agree because, after all these, very overwhelming video elements or the video styles that most YouTubers do nowadays in the modern times. So it's like it slows down, or let's just say it dies down the traditional or the traditional times or the primitive times YouTube has gone through. Very simple, where people don't make so much effort and everyone feels so innocent about it. It just a lot of people have been missing that nowadays. Today I'm going to be talking about here in this video, which relates to what I just watched earlier, and it's about trying to be yourself, right? So you got into these kinds of situations. Like, let's just say I got in some situations where there are a lot of people who are, or let's just say that I get in a situation while I was trying to be myself, especially on elementary, right? Trying to be confident, or you're trying to show how confident you are, how alive or upbeat your energy tries to give, in which you wanted to give or want to share some positivity with others. At least that's for me. In a way that I wanted to show to others, or I want to spread this positive energy to other people because it makes me feel happy. That's the thing. And you don't really expect this all the time, to be given or to receive negative reactions from other people, because you don't really know what they're going through. You don't really know sometimes about, the kind of environment they've raised by their parents, just so they can get themselves all the way to the kind of persons that they have now. You don't really expect the reactions. But in my case, let's just say, a lot of people, let's just say when I get confident, or let's just say when I started feeling like, I'm being too overboard with the way I'm speaking, or let's just say my voice being too overly hyped in a way, other people would get me a response, something about, like, especially in high school. I've been getting more of this in junior high school from that time, where people would tell me that I'm being very boastful, I'm being very prideful, I'm being very, just overall being self-inflated. I don't know the right term, but I feel like boastful is just the simplest way I can describe it, because that's the way they think about me. It just comes out from the voice, the confidence, or that gets them to make that kind of conclusion of who I am or how I display my personality to other people. And it just disheartens me. It's really discouraging. I know. It's really discouraging to get those kinds of moments or those kinds of feedback from other people, where it just tries to pull you back from being who you really wanted to be. It tries to, try to push that away, all that uniqueness away. Because, since most of those people don't really like who you are, since most of those people don't really like who you really are and how you wanted to show your personality that stands the uniqueness amongst other people, right? When that kind of factor is very much discouraged from the negative judgment of others, you tend to feel like you just push yourself away from it, and then change in a way where, even if it's unpleasant to yourself and it benefits more from others, like, let's just say it tries to take yourself away. You de-individuate yourself from those with the kind of values they possess, the kind of personality that you wish to share, right? It's just disregarded from those kinds of factors that affected you, and you're just not being yourself. You're just trying to act as if, you're trying to act like someone else, and then, just for validation. And it's something that mostly leads every individuals down to a line where it's really depressing. You know that kind of vibe where you're just going back to your own house after being in a social situation, and then you're not being yourself the whole entire time, and then you're just feeling so sad. I can't really say depressed because depressed is pretty much a very clinical term, but let's just say, you're just feeling very sad, and then maybe you can get into times where you're in a depressive mood, let's just say that specifically, and you just start to think about questioning yourself, right? You just start to question yourself, who am I supposed to be? What even is the point of being myself if I'm only trying to be someone else? If I'm trying to portray what the kind of personality that people wanted me to see, that people wanted, or something about what people wanted me to be for their pleasure, right? Something that doesn't give me the negative judgment from what I used to get. So it's a difficult time for those kinds of people who would go through this. And I'm here to tell you right now, as an individual, I'm talking right now through this kind of video, but you know, it it's as much as how difficult it is to find different people in the world, or trying to find a very good friend who really trusts you, a good friend who values who you are, a good friend who respects your identity, regardless of how you show your personality to others. Unless if it's very harmful, then that's where the boundary crosses the line, right? So, as much how difficult it is, I'm encouraging you to be yourself. Never try to, whenever you get in a relationship as well, essentially, you just find this person that he likes something that you don't, and then whenever it comes to that kind of conflict, and then you would start to think about liking what this person does for their validation. But what does it take from you, right? It takes some time to find those right people. It doesn't really have to be from the quantity of friends that you have, the quantity of people you surround yourself with. It just takes time, right? Just continue to be yourself. You just continue to express who you really are as a person, regardless of what kind of feedback do those people get you, which is very inevitable. That's the truth. It's a harsh truth that I really need to embrace it for myself, because I'm also very sensitive when it comes with the feedbacks of others, even with the simplest of insults that that is not even serious. It will also affect me deeply, which is, like, very, I know it's kind of ridiculous for some other people, but yeah. But let's just say to this that, don't stop being yourself, okay? Don't stop being who you are, who you wanted to be, who you wanted to express yourself as. It may not please other people, which is very inevitable. You cannot please other people. You cannot please absolutely everyone, because everyone has their own interests. But you can please some, to those people who value you for being who you are exactly. Those are just what I would think those right people who you can surround with in your life. And I feel like if those kinds of relationships just keeps going, the more you're going to realize so much things about yourself, along with those friends of yours, and sharing everything what you've learned together as whatever kind of relationship you have, besides friends, of course. But yeah, just try to be yourself. Never afraid to show your inner colors, or never become afraid to show out who you are, who you want to express, what kind of butterflies you want to spread upon others. And, it's what makes the world unique, right? Come to think about that. Because if we keep living in a world where we focus on what the others think, or what the perception of others think, right? It loses ourselves. It loses our individuality to think about what makes us, or let's just say what is good for us, human beings. Since it's ourself, right? We also need to become more autonomous of who we are ourselves and what kind of decisions we make in our lives. But nevertheless, don't stop being yourself. If you ever get into trouble where you struggle being yourself because no one feels, or if you feel like no one is appreciating, or no one is validating, no one is noticing about the qualities that you have, it just takes time, right? The community that you surround yourself in is not exactly what it's gonna be. You know, the kind of people you're always going to meet is not always going to be the same type of person, but the same personality that you're going to meet in your life. Just be patient about this, you know, keep being yourself, and everything will come just as naturally as it is. I think that's all that I want to tell you for today. I have midterm exams, you know, coming from the following days, and I still have more time before reviewing and all that. But this is just what I would have to tell you for now. I think it's also very relevant in the YouTube feed, or the kind of videos that some Minecraft storyteller YouTubers are also trying to preach in their content. You know, it's very genuine that way. And I feel like contents like these must be encouraged more than, you know, at least to have a side where it's more humane, or it's more human that way, other than, having to provide all that uplifting energy, or that maybe that forced energy, if that's the case for others. And yeah, it's, it just tries to show off the humanity side of YouTube. And I feel like, it needs to be encouraged more than the kind of content that we usually have, especially those very hyperactive, very hyped videos that, sometimes for me, from my experience, gives you kind of a brain rot because of how uplifting their energy is, to the point where the edits become overwhelming. But I'm not saying that their content is bad, but I feel like it's also something that we need, especially to those veterans who have been staying on the platform for how many years, and it's something that needs to be encouraged overall. So that will have to take for me for today. I'm not sure how long this video is going to last, but I hope you learned something. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to be uploading a project soon, which is more of a cinematic project, and I think you're gonna like it, but it's gonna be uploaded soon, and I don't know when, but yeah. So yeah, I think that's just about it. Like, subscribe. I don't think it's even relevant to say that anymore. Just do whatever you want. And I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!